In this video, I wanted to revisit the drawabox fly. Previously, I just did a ladybug, revisiting the drawabox ladybug, and I made a lot of mistakes. I actually went back and I decided to read my old drawabox notes for when I completed the insect exercises and insect and arachnid exercises, and I wanted to try the fly. I think in the previous video when I was drawing the ladybug, I was drawing it a bit too small. But I'm going to try to also fit the shapes better. I think I wasn't paying enough attention to how I should have been arranging the shapes. So I will do that, and I'll try to touch upon everything I can and draw larger. And I have my reference here, just to tell you. So you have the head. Now, the thorax. I'll do it like from this direction. No, I'll do it from... And now for the abdomen. Actually, I think I should have made the abdomen a little thinner. I think that works. We have our thorax now for the abdomen. I think I shouldn't have made it collide. Like, I should have separated out more. Kind of like that. Okay. So now I'm gonna attach the legs to the abdomen, or draw the pilot holes. And I am going to draw the sides that we really can't see so much. But this is kind of a matter of not the best reference in the world. It would really be like over here. Kind of mirrors it. Even though we can't see. Even though we can only see 4 legs in our reference photo, the other ones are still there. Okay, let me think what to do. I'm also going to draw like the wing pilot holes. Like there and there. Now to think about, I guess I'll work on the head. Now that I think about it, maybe this contour line. No, actually, I'm sorry. I'm going to just quickly draw the legs. or just like lines to kind of represent the gestural motion that I'm seeing as a quicker way to summarize. And I think I kind of made this one here. It should have been more over here if I wanted to commit to it more. And I should have made that go up a little bit more. Kind of like that. And I am going to do the wings real quick. Not the best. Let me try it again. Kind of like that. Yeah. There's a really interesting structure in the wings. I think I'm going to go to my other layer here. And I added in the gesture, what I would call the gesture, and now I'm going to start adding this structure, which I guess I should really call. Oops. I think structure is a better name for that layer, in my opinion. So a mistake I was making in the previous video was I wasn't really committing to the construction spheres that I was drawing. I was kind of not, I was kind of looking at it as like a secondary thing, and I was kind of maybe even cutting into it in some points. I should have really committed more to it. The other thing is in the gesture here, I should have like tried, if you see where my mouse is over here, I should have like drawn the contour kind of closer there. The only reason why I say that is because I'm trying to like use that contour to kind of find the center point, which kind of like splits the head into its sections. Because if you look at the insect eye here, I guess I'm gonna have to do some additional. It's like a little additional. I'm gonna do that again. You know, it's like a bit additional, but I think I should have done even more. Kind of like that. And if you look at the other side of the head, it kind of bulges out and it kind of comes back in. Kind of like that. And I'm also seeing, I don't know what these things are. It has like two noses coming out of its forehead. And it also kind of like tacks on top. But it doesn't go over the eyes. It's kind of like here, you know. And the other one kind of comes out. And it all kind of like wraps around the curvature of our fly. Of like the head. It's like really weird. Then you have like that thing, which I'm not really sure what it is, but it's like an additional segment. Yeah. And I guess I should have added some more 3D-ish to that thing, because I'm also noticing here I kind of There may be a bit of the nose part here that's kind of obscured. It kind of looks like there's like another form under it, kind of making it three-dimensional with how it like wraps around the curvature of our insect here. It's gonna save. At this point, I'm gonna try to look at the sections of the abdomen. It's kind of like an armored, like armor, bug armor. That's what I'll call it. And it kind of like goes out, comes in, wraps along the surface, kind of like comes to that other side. And then from like that point, it kind of like continues. That chunk is a bit larger. And I know it's going to wrap around the form, kind of like continue and kind of pinch. Like there's like that pinching point. And then there's like a little, I'm seeing a little third section, but it's really weird because like the wing kind of wraps around the curvature like flat. It's not like, I mean it does, it's kind of like, you know what I'm going to draw it to the top. It's really interesting. It's kind of like that, but like if you see the form here, it kind of like does like a that. Like it does wrap around the curvature of the fly's thorax. I think I mistakenly called it an abdomen before. Sorry, I'm really tired. But it wraps with like that. It's like it's really interesting. But it wraps around that. But behind it, you can see in this image, there's like the armor continues, even though it's like really obscured. And it kind of looks like a separate form, but I know that's not the case. But it does like, I am going to draw through my form. And it kind of like, I think I may have made that part a little bit too not long enough. And I shouldn't have drawn that line. I should have looked closer. Because it looks like this part kind of obscures, not all the way, but it's kind of like going very close to the abdomen. I mean, it's not a part of it, but it's like kind of obscuring the connection details. And there's also, I'm seeing a part like here. I'm not sure what it would be. And there's like another form here. Wondering if it's like somehow related to the legs of the fly. Like a little covering or a protective armor. Because I'm seeing like another form that kind of goes, that kind of like wraps around the curvature like here. Actually, it's a bit larger. Kind of like wraps. It's a bit hard to. It's the part that's like that. But it's definitely wrapping around the form. It's really obscured here. Because I'm seeing this thing here. I'm trying to make out what it is. It kind of looks like the wing is a bit more like that. And I kind of drew it, originally I drew it kind of like that, but it kind of looks like it kind of goes out. Perhaps I wasn't looking close enough. But yeah, it's like there's a little more armor. There's also like that little armor piece before its left middle leg, like right there. It's like a really interesting form that kind of obscures the first leg beam. Like there, if you're following, kind of like that. And that. And it kind of gets really thin. I think I made it too thick. Did it again. Kind of like that part right there. Or it like adds that part, kind of like comes off its body. And I'm seeing like another thing here. I'm not sure if it's hair. I'm not really sure 100% what it is. I also realized maybe I should have made that kind of come out more. Then there's also like that form. It kind of like ever so slightly comes out and connects back to the curvature of the head. So we got that part. It looks like with the abdomen there's also armor. It's really obscured by the wings, but it's definitely there, and it wraps around, like it kind of like comes out a little bit again. Kind of wraps around as like a little bit of fat armor. Proportionally, I probably, sorry, I spit on my screen. Oh, that was awful. And I think I may have made that section a little bit too short, so I'm gonna kind of extend it some. So, you know, it's kind of like that, and then it seems like the middle section is the longest. Kind of like that, and then like the back end, I guess I could wrap it. Kind of like that. And I'm also seeing this thing here. I'm not sure what it is. It's kind of like this weird extension of her fly. I will cover more flies in future videos, and I hope to have like I have a couple books on like insect anatomy, so I know it's always preferable to have the anatomy of the exact insect. I will try to aim for that if I can, but in the meantime I'm gonna start working on the leg here. Oop. Like it's the front right leg right here. I'm guessing I would cut it off at about here. And its legs are very thin. Guessing it has something to do with it being aerodynamic. That would be my 2 cents on it. Kind of like cutting off about there. Should have connected more. It's kind of interesting how hairy the fly is. Oh, I realized like right here the wing is kind of like in 2 sections. Kind of like bulges out a bit. But I can't see it from the perspective of this end. Maybe I kind of see it like right there. Sorry that I'm jumping around so much. I see these things that I missed the second I look closer, and I'm like, I really want to cover it. There's just so much going on. And I feel like the wing should have been longer in the one I drew. Like it should have gone out a little bit more, in my opinion. But sorry, I'm going back to the front right leg here. I think I kind of made the, when I did this gesture here before, I think I kind of made it a bit too, I made the leg here a bit too long. Because like at this point, I kind of covered like this form here, and you have 1, 2, 3, 4. You have about 4 more of the, they're like little triangle things. And I've seen them on a lot of insects. They're really interesting. I'm not sure what purpose they serve yet. But when I figure out what they are, because they always have like 2 little grippers at the end of them, and then they have like, all throughout they have like a little thing. Hard to tell, like insect hair. So okay, I'm going to the front left leg now, the one right here. It's got some interesting bean shapes to it. And there's like an additional form here that I didn't get. I'm not sure what it is. I think it's all part of that bean leg connecting to the pilot holes of our thorax. So like I tried to get that. I really don't like the shape I laid in. I really want to do that again, because it kind of goes up more, and I kind of made it going down. It's kind of like that. And now I would say about here, there, kind of like that. It kind of bulges out a bit more. I should have done that better justice. And you have like the triangle thing. And as we had before, we had like the long one, then we had about 4. Three, 4, and then like the little claw thing. Not claws, but just grippers. I'm actually seeing more. It looks like 4. It's really interesting. I mean, I know these insects have all of this other hair on them, but that's a lot. I also am realizing a mistake that I made. I think I made the thorax a bit too large. It looks a lot thinner. Like it looks like it would just go about to this point, but I think I made mine a little bit too large. But hey, I'm gonna make mistakes. And I also realized that like the form here, I didn't really connect it more. Kind of like rounds right there. Huh. Okay, now I'm gonna do the middle left leg, which is like this clear bean. It looks like thicker. I know that can't be the case, but just kind of what I'm seeing. It's kind of like fatter the closer it is to the leg, and it kind of like gets a bit thin the further it goes out. Kind of like that. And it's like this section is like really long. I'm guessing that is just a perspective distortion. I'm trying to like connect that to that leg. Like that. Then we have the main one. Then we have another 3. There's like the long one. 1, 3. Now for the back left leg, which is like right here. It seems like a portion of like the initial bean shape is a bit obscured. It's still here though, and I'll kind of try to draw through my form to see it. And as you know, it starts off and kind of tapers the further it gets. It's really hard. It's kind of like a jalapeno pepper, which it's fattest at the base and kind of thins out as it goes down. That would be my 2 cents on it. But yeah, it's like the leg. It's like the longest there. Kind of gets a bit fatter. I think that shape is good. And then for the piece here, if I would have to say it, it's a little bit past the ending point. So another thing I realized here, I'm trying to be mindful of the proportions. I didn't make the back left leg long enough. I feel like it should go out a little bit further, like about maybe there. I think that's a good estimate. That was kind of my idea of why I did the gesture, so I have like a really quick, easy way to make out various proportions, but I also, like, I'm seeing a lot of errors. Like, I think this leg here should have been down more. It shouldn't have been out as far as I made it. It should have been, like, a little bit, it should have been, like, more here. Like, more there. That would be my opinion on it. I'm going to do this leg section. It's kind of interesting. This leg, it kind of, like, gets fatter at that point. That. Then we have that triangle thing. That kind of like tapers. And if you really can't see what I'm drawing, please let me know. But they're kind of like a bunch of triangles. They kind of taper like that. It's kind of like that, a bunch of repeating. It kind of like the length of them gets a bit thinner as you get closer to the end of their feet. And now that I'm looking even closer, like on this one, it kind of looks like there's a long one, then you have 1, 2, 3, 4. I think I was making a mistake in which I only did 3, so there really should be a 4th one. And perhaps it was a bit obscured. I'm kind of seeing it now. 1, 2, 3. I guess, yeah, it was a bit obscured because the image is a little bit blurrier near the feet. But I guess I did it there as well. Oops. So 1, 2, so I have 3 more to go. Then you have the gripper things. Yeah. I think that's a good way to go with it. I could draw the hair. It has like a bunch of insect hairs all throughout. Like, it's a very hairy bug. I mean, I don't know if I should really focus on that aspect. Maybe I should. I don't know. It kind of seems like a bit of an endless battle with that. You could stick around in this video if you want to watch me get the rest of the hair, or try to get a lot of the hair on it. But I guess I'll start doing that. So yeah, thank you for watching. If you're still interested to stick around, I do appreciate it. You don't have to, though. Or like I said, it may be that the hair is just an excessive detail. It's got a bunch of random hairs. I mean, they're probably not random. They're definitely intentional. Probably so it can detect certain things, or if it's like being touched. There's just so much hair. It is insane. And it seems like in certain areas, it's like the hair is thinner, then it gets longer, then it gets really long. It has to serve some purpose. What purpose? I don't know. But man, if you look at its back, I'm a bit exhausted, but I'm trying to think. Usually when I think of hair on bugs, I think of a tarantula. Missed one over here. Whoops, I think I messed that up a little bit. And it's got a lot of hair on its back. So much hair. Darn, I should have made... I really messed up the leg here. It should have been a lot longer. I didn't make it long enough. It should have been more angled differently. Oh well. And it should have been like more there. If that makes sense. Darn. Well, I am going to screw up, and it kind of seems like there should be something here, like a connecting part. Let me get the hair. It's very frustrating when you make mistakes that you really can't correct because you're too deep into a drawing. I realized I also didn't really draw or try to do the structure of its wings, because there's like all of these things kind of holding the wingspan in place, and it's really interesting because it has to serve an important purpose. Like, it's not there for no reason, you know. I'm not doing it justice. There's also like some hair on its head. And now that I see it, it kind of looks like the eye. Like, I didn't make the eye bulge out near the top enough. Like, it should have been a little bit more bulging out near the top. And maybe that middle hair should have been a little bit more long. Kind of like that. But yeah, I'm going to leave this video at that. I'm feeling tired. Yeah, thanks for sticking through to this. I have a lot more to learn about bugs. Bye.